All right. We'll start here in a second, guys. So hold your horses. We'll be going. All right. Let us begin. So, earlier today, actually, before I do start it, let me grab it. So earlier today, I was asked about my monitor, right? Which is the Asus Tough Gaming Monitor BG24Q3R, right? So I made a review kind of talking about it. I didn't really go into depth on features and stuff, but so eh, set the camera up. We're gonna go to our other chat, our other area, which is set up for that. is all right. So, so for the person who asked me that question, so let's go ahead and open up the chat. I have to chat about the place I was reading here. So I bought this, and no matter how I try to calculate it or what game visuals, ICC profile, I use the red colors, and it looks like oranges. You can't get a true red on it. Just Google red colors and watch the color. Do the same for you. I'm going to send it back to Martin and see if they'll accept the refund. So my reply to them was, it's just you only. I have ordered a second one, but I had to send it back to due to defect. So that's why I have the e-machine here, guys. I decided to keep the e-machine monitor because what are the chances of getting a monitor that's going to have a defect problem show up later on in its life, right? I had this one for, I think, over a year now. Actually, look on the video. And was this video uploaded? So the 1024. So almost a year, almost, somewhat close. But that's the day no, maybe I had it much longer than that, but we can say almost close a year. And I had it for some time, and there's never been any issues with red colors. So go ahead and do this. It looks like oranges. It looks like red to me. Red, different shades of red. Except for the one right here that's like a little orange-like, or like a darker, like reddish orange. But most of this is just different shades of red. Besides these two being almost not. So now we have different ones. We have bright red, red looks like red, bright red, crimson, scarlet. So the monitor does different, does show the shades of different red colors. And anyone who's having issues with a monitor, I'm just gonna be honest with you right now. Back here, minus all this, right? So I'm gonna go here. So let me move this over. Open up. We're gonna open up settings, right? We're gonna go to system. You're gonna click the monitor that is what it is. This is monitor 2, as it is hooked up. And no, it does not support HDR, sadly. But my TV has HDR third monitor, which is not on right now, but it's off. And the E-machine doesn't support HDR at all because it's really old and ancient. So what you're going to do is go to Advanced Display Settings. You're going to go to Display Adapter Properties for Display 2. And you're going to check Color Management. You're going to come in here and look at all this stuff. See? I don't really, in my honest opinion, I don't play with none of this stuff here. Or any of this. Just leave it by default. Don't touch it. Don't play with it. Because by default, it's going to have the best color selected for you. You can profile the colors and all that stuff that you need. Unless you feel comfortable playing with this type of stuff, be my guess. As for me, I'm running it at 60 hertz. I'm not using 180 at all. Normally, turning it up higher would help with frame stuff, but I don't really notice it when watching movies or anime shows. So only when gaming, I notice it, like especially with a model. So right here, go to settings, right? I would notice it here. If I put it this, my model will have a tear effect, and that's because of the graphics overlaying, and it's like ripping. You can't see it unless you're close. I think you can see it somewhat, but you can't see it. So, oh wait, yeah, because I'm blocking the view. I'm blocking the view, guys. I'm blocking the view. But yeah. But you see how I'm moving? see it on the screen that it is tearing. That's going to happen is because of the graphics card. At first, when I had it, it didn't happen, but it does happen after a while. It depends on how much stuff you're running, like extra processes and all that. Well, shoot, I noticed it. So if you don't want to notice it, like VSync. Normally, everyone tells you to don't use VSync; it'll cause more screen tearing. Now it's the opposite. It will cause more screen tearing if you don't have it on. Even at 60 frames a cap, right? My monitor is 60 hertz, right? It's still tearing. So VSync is the best way to go to minimize that, so it's non-existent. You won't see any screen tearing now. So if I drag myself, try to do. There we go. So I can drag myself all over it. Now you can see some ghosting stuff. You see some ghosting, but that could be eliminated if you calibrate your monitor settings right. Now you see two of me there, but don't worry about that. Like when you do it so quick, you can see the ghosting. Those are because of the milliseconds. And if you want to deal with that, you press your monitor right down here at the bottom. Play with this little window here. Press the back of the button, press it again, and you see that as set brightness 54. I wish I can record that portion, but it's a little difficult, guys. So again, I clicked the wrong one. So if you want variable OD, set it to higher level to help reduce the ghosting problem. By default, it was set to level 3, but I did hit a level 4 one time to see if it would make a difference. I'm gonna be honest, it really didn't much. Maybe it's only on certain games, but basic stuff, no. If you want to use the ELMB, you would have to turn off a few settings, and your monitor would have to be above 100 hertz for that. But be warned, if your games are very demanding, it will be very demanding on your GPU. So be warned. The way how they're making GPUs these days, they're just not as powerful. The videos kept blaming, I'm not blaming, but just keep saying, our GPUs are the best. We could charge premium prices. Guys, NVIDIA is not that good at GPU making, especially with their drivers are becoming more like buggy and problematic now. So yeah, you calibrate your stuff. I have brightness 54, contrast 80, and pix 50, and yeah, and we got full. We turn blue light filter out, it will switch user mode input to racing mode by default. So be warned if you use that. If you don't want blue light bothering you, just buy a pair of glasses, even if they're not prescribed glasses. Just get the lens. All you need is the lens. As long as you can see, you don't get the lens modified with any prescription on it. You just get it normal, and the lens will keep your eyes safe from blue light. That's what I have on all the time. Colors. Now for color temp, we have it at cool, saturation 50. Overall, that's pretty much it. There's not much I can show you with that menu there. It's a little hard to zoom in because now this is a webcam and it doesn't have a built-in zoomer. But yeah, there's really nothing more special than that. So all you guys can do is come to here, do what I said here. Probably can't see it because of the colors. So maybe if I don't think that's gonna make much of a difference. No, that's not making a difference. Will this make a difference? No. Probably because of the lighting outside, but here we go. I just have to zoom it up a little. Not zoom it up, but move the camera much closer. But this is all I do. Nothing special or anything. Anything with color. I don't mess with color manager unless you know what you're doing. I just leave it by default. 60 hertz if I wanted to go to the full maximum. But yeah, just make sure it's the right one you're picking. For me, I'm on the default driver update that came. Every new driver update I would download from NVIDIA just kept messing up with my monitor, like this monitor or that one, especially this one. It would mess with it. And then when I play certain games, it would cause the game's resolves to artificially try to go higher resolve, but downscale it. I was like, wait, Genshin's not over. Genshin only goes up to 1080p. Why does it try to go higher than that? The setting window. So I reverted back and just kept this. There's no point. There's no really point to update the driver unless you need it for security reasons, but you shouldn't really need it because messing with your system stuff. But yeah. Um. So yeah. Hopefully you're watching Alad 1993 XX. So hopefully it answers your question if you're watching this or the after stream. So moving along from that topic, that uh that now I can't move the webcam all the way over that way without a. Well, actually, I just forgot. Well, that's not what I was trying to do. I clicked the wrong one. So I'm gonna close this for a sec. All right. Okay. Oh, there we go. So we're using the mic from the actual webcam. So there's a few things I can share and things I can't share because of the R18 rating and stuff. So you will only show what's necessary. So I don't think this will mess with it, but hold on though. All right. Okay, I'm just going with the model, kind of like hang there. Yeah, it's very protective with me. So, no, it's just going to create more light back there, but we'll just brighten this up then. So, I think collection just grew way too much, and it's kind of overkill crazy. So, I'll kind of start up here. Ah, Jesus, guys. Hold on for a second. All right, sorry about that. I made myself. I hit the wrong button here. All right. Hopefully, no more interruptions. Hopefully, there should be no more interruptions. So, okay, making sure the mic is actually coming from here. Kind of hard to tell sometimes because there's no way to know. So, like I was saying, we'll kind of start from here. So, right there, you see that I have a anime figure.
well, not a figure, but we have a Hojo from, I can't think of the name of the anime at the tip of my tongue, but it has something with Elusive Samurai. There we go, Elusive Samurai Hojo. Yeah, he kind of looked very feminine. He's classified as Okinaku, so he has that of appearance, kind of like feminine appearance, but still a boy. But he's pretty cool, guys. If you haven't watched Elusive Samurai, I recommend it. It's pretty good. We have Barbatos, aka Venti of the Bard. We got Kama. Sadly, most of this is kind of blocking the view, and not only this wouldn't be blocking the view because I don't have enough room for it. I got 2 shelves here, right? Then I have another one here that's just with medicines and stuff because I had to get rid of that old desk I used to have, which was right over here. So I got rid of it and stuff. Yeah, I probably should hold the camera, but yeah. Then we have some clear folders there, 2 of them, and then a Noir War Scroll from a long time ago. I think it was back in 2016 when Hyper Ocean came out, Noir's own spinoff game. You can quote me on that if I got the time of the year wrong. But yeah. Then now, you got some Pokemon stuff, but these aren't really like collectibles. You only can find these at your local store that makes birthday cakes. And I was like, well, I got a birthday cake that had all these, so I kept them because I wanted the Pokemon. So come on, who does not love Pokemon? So we have a Rimuru figure here, Demon Lord Rimuru, sitting on their chair. Then we have Musaline, and then we have Proto Merlin, Musaline's Nimrod figure, and we have a Kali card here from the Goddess like story. And by the way, the Goddess card story thing, that's something that's overseas. It's just like a wild thing. It's not an official card game or anything. It's like you just click waifu cards on your favorite waifu that you love and want. They have it on every character. Yeah, we have a Rimuru keychain there and stuff. And yeah, we have here a card sleeve pack I was going to use for my U-Bell deck because I was making a new U-Bell deck. And I was kind of like, I'm just going to leave all the cards in there. I want to put those cards out on display somehow, but I couldn't. If I can find the right proper stand, I'll probably have the book locked up and, well, no, it's the book. Probably have it behind a glass case where all the cards I want for U-Bell is out, laying out the ones for my collection. Same thing with slime here. So we got quite a number of good stuff, but you can see I have no room for more stuff, sadly. So yeah, no more room for more stuff, sadly. And that is because, yeah, this room is not really as big. So, and we got Rimuru in a Christmas outfit, and yes, Rimuru is wearing a skirt now. Now, there are moments where Rimuru does kind of slightly embrace the wearing those type of outfits, but not too girly. Well, then we can't completely say because there are sometimes Rimuru kind of steps out the boundary of their what they would and what won't. So we have a Bridget one there, Dakimura. That is the official Dakimura. I don't think it's by them. It's fan made, but it is officially fan made, related to the thing. If you want to get a Bridget one, there's a pixel booth for it. So I don't know if they're still selling it, and if it's sold out, there are other people who will sell the official design. So if you're looking for that, you're gonna have to Google search it. Be warned of fake duplicates out there. And we got a Bridget pop figure back there and a plushie. And we got a Rimuru one too. Well, that's like a round square cushion pillow. And then I got a plushie, and then one for Rimuru's right there. So we got quite a bit of stuff on Rimuru. And I don't have to tell you, Rimuru's my number one. So we got this all here. We have a Rimuru illustration book, but I can show that, but I'll do that for another like close-up video. when I'm at the desk. And sadly, we have the Dingy of Rimuru. That's Rimuru with the bunny outfit, you know, messing around with their gender swapping. Sadly, though, that is off stream. If you want to know more about that, see that up close and personal, you have to join the Discord group. You can share it there. So, we have a bunch of different stuff on Rimuru here, and there are pictures behind those books I printed out for Rimuru. Now, those two back there are from the artists. So, and I got a Rimuru card back hanging up there. Those two drawings there, I had to get permission from the artist, which was, I really thank them for that. Because for me, not to be confused, but Rimuru for me is genderless, but also feminine. Because if you watch the spin-off series, Rimuru does appear feminine. Of course, Rimuru doesn't have a chest while looking feminine, though, but I kind of like that, and that really looked like if Rimuru did go the more feminine body route, not just looking feminine by face and body figure, but actual have the boobs and stuff, more bikinis and stuff like that, and dresses more often, then that's what kind of how I would see Rimuru as. But not as a female, but feminine. Close enough to a female. And if you don't understand that logic, what I'm meaning, don't worry. Many people won't understand that. And I already know quite a bit who don't understand. We have some Rimuru art boards. I think they're called Shikis or something. But I'm just going to refer to them as art boards to keep it simple. Talking with Rimuru Poshi, and we do have another Rimuru acrylic I did not set up. It's just laying flat in there. I think it would. I like it. It has so much cool stuff on it, but I didn't want to take it out of the thing to set it up more. So we have a lot more Rimuru stuff here. So, also, I know I showed up here that Ren figure right there from Catherine. Yes, Okinaku. Ren is a boy, but feminine, very Okinaku, very feminine looking. And that was a hard one to get. It didn't come with the box, sadly. The person who owned it did took good care of it, so I was pleased with that and happy. But that's not all I'm pleased with. I'm also pleased with the Cosmos figure right there with the swimsuit. That's out of print, guys. You cannot get that no more. Only like new or pre-owned by other people. Thank God the owner took care of it, but I had to clean and dust it off as much. Then that's another Cosmos figure and two more other ones on her. Cosmos was my favorite Android girl from Xenosaga, #1 from there. Yeah, I was kind of leaning towards mobile, but Cosmos just had me by the grass. If there were moments Cosmos felt like she was more human-like at moments, but then again, it was just like a, oh, we got you. So we have more figures down this way. So we have Sakura in there, comma. We have two FG illustrations. Arthur, yeah, you've probably seen the Arthur, know the Arthur. He did make some of the drawings for comma in the video game Fate Grand Order for her design. So Redrop was his name, I believe. The artist's illustration pin name. He has some Barbato stuff there. To be honest, Barbatos was my first 5-star, guys, and still is top #1 waifu. But then again, we have Farina, who kind of came in like a lightning bolt and took that spot. So for me, Genshin is a little like Farina's like the #1 to me, but Barbatos also is, and then Silly. So Barbatos for me is like Mondstadt #1, Farina #1 from Fontaine, and Silly from Natlan. Sadly though, we don't have anything Still Lily in here yet. She just got her figure. You guys haven't seen it, I definitely recommend checking it. We do have some Farina stuff that's right behind there. There is some Farina stuff, 3 things of Farina in there. So now at the very bottom, which is dangerous territory here almost. And I have to also be very careful showing this next portion. We have Albedo in here. Albedo's #1 from Overlord for me. We got the magical girl. You guys remember her? That don't be fooled by her appearance. And we also got Mahiro back there for those who love Mahiro. Yes, if you don't know, Mahiro was gender bent into a female by their sister who drugged their food, and they end up waking up like that one day. And they've been like that since then. They've been taking the medicine constantly. It doesn't show it in the anime. The manga version will show it, that there are times the transformation could become undone, and revert him back. But he has been enjoying life as a female, and so I'm starting to think the character is going the trans route somewhat, but I can't say for sure. I don't really know. That's a hard one. I'm still just waiting for more information to piece it all together. We have Miki Mikata back there. We have Alice from Guys of Nikkei. We got not the Dribble girls, but we have 3 girls I like from that one anime, Shrine Maiden Sisters, who would get married to the main character. I like 2 of the sisters, and then I like the main character's person. I can't remember her name, tip of my head, but yeah, she was a keeper. She helped raise them too, and all the other stuff. So, you probably saw a little glimpse, but not too much, long enough. But to the right is a little more stuff, but you can see some stuff there. You have succubus in that section. Sadly, I can't show the rest because one of them is not covered up for showing. Down below, we have hyperdimension stuff. So, you just have hyperdimension stuff here, and then have some more stuff back this way, but there's no lighting in there, so sadly, I'll show this at another better time. So I'm just lifting this up, so go to our next spot. So we have some more stuff here. I haven't had time because it's gonna end up being stockpile up here. But once I can get rid of this computer below here, which is all of this crap here, you get rid of that. A lot of berries. So now we can hop over here. So yeah, there's not really much space I'm working with. So yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and stop there on that. So there's a lot of anime stuff I love and enjoy. So if you guys love anime, you talk about waifus and stuff, and you want to hang out, you're more than welcome to join the Discord group. There's nothing to be ashamed of, well, besides the adult stuff we can't show. That stuff is not allowed, so
All right. I was switching back over to the main desktop. I did kind of saw my stream took a dip there. And that's probably because everyone else is using the internet and trying to stream 4K content. Nothing I could do about that because the router I have is a Wi-Fi box, Wi-Fi 5 box, and I'm going to replace it with a Wi-Fi 7 box. But they're still not going to improve it. Because Mediacom only offers 1 gig download, but 50 upload. So kind of a shame. So I'll do here in a second. So like I said, Silly does have a figure. It doesn't come out until next year. Oh, and Frida has one too now. Silly's figure is $61.52. Comes out January 2026. I'm looking forward to that. Also looking forward to Farina, which comes out February 2026. That's $49.46 on AmiAmi. Probably want to order before pre-orders stop, guys. So oh, and also the reason why I'm streaming early because we're going to have some thunderstorms later, so that kind of like had me make me have to speed up here. But before I continue more, we're going to take a break and I'll be right back. Okay. So don't go nowhere. We'll be back shortly. All right, we are back. So before we continue, oh man. Go to this tab again real quick. So I'm gonna open up V-Ray Studio, okay, guys? Should be yeah, it's open. All right, so if you guys didn't know, a while back I had to reinstall a whole brand new operating system, right? The whole bullcrap on that, right? It's kind of weird that Steam does not keep your save data, like your save data for V-Ray Studio saved with all your you had open recently and all that stuff, right? Uh, I don't want to drag it from the other thing to here, so I'll have to go one by one outfit and then save each unique piece I had on every character here or any other ones. It's not that much since they're all the same skin. Different ones have different nail special polish and stuff for the nails for me, for Velfe. So so I was working on a new one. This is called the Galaxy Dress. Um, you'll eventually probably see it at some point. And whether or not I will use it or not, it'll depend. But you'll find it on the Pixel booth. Just type in Galaxy Dress, and the Arthur will show up for it. I'm not completely done with it though, because I'm not sure yet. I'm trying to think of new stuff to tweak and improve on to kind of make everything more like nicer. So I do like it. It's nice. I can't show underneath because there's no other stuff there, but it is really nice because if you guys don't see the skin toning here, uh, that's you can find those type of skin tones on Pixel booth, where you can make them yourself, like on the arms right there, and the back of the elbows, the lining on the back there. It kind of helps give the model much more detail. Um, Now the face doesn't look like it matches with the body color tone, right? But it does per se. So nothing changes there, but with the ear tone is a little more closer to the actual skin tone. As for the face skin tone, without messing it up, right? So so far away, it doesn't look like it, and it's because of the lighting and the way how it's shaded in certain spots. I not feel like it is. So the ears will get darker with the extra layer. Because look at this. You click it, it's lighter, right? In the ear area. So let's click all these, do these. One. See? Let me turn this one on. Not really much of a difference. It's like messing with the perception of your when you're looking at it. So I wouldn't take it too much of mine. I remember the eyes were just simple, but then I changed. The we have a star, we have that and that. The color of the eye, one eye is brown, the other is green, and that's because I wanted to make sure it actually matched with one of my real eye color. And no, guys, I don't have green in real life. So one eye is my eyes are brown. And then the hair color is what I wanted. I wanted to do a different hairstyle, but this is the only hairstyle that would work and fit. The green and blues could be toned down a little bit less, but then again, the goal is to have that anime like appearance. So can't show, but yeah, we have some on the kneecaps too. It felt like it should be a little higher, but we'll eventually get there at some point. On that, and then bell color. Well, that's supposed to be blue, if I remember marking correctly that way. To do that, you have to go to the body, texture. Oh, without it on, it's just like that. Kind of like a bluish, royal blue, purple maybe. I do have it saved in my photos. You always want to save the copies of the textures you use in the folders, and that way you know what is for what. But yeah, there's even color correction too. The whole body as well. We can do color correction. If you feel like the color's not matching up, you can always do color correction too. So getting the color correction match up will take some time. You're going to have to study, look carefully, or unless you just want to make your character dark. But see, without it on, it kind of looks like it matches, but without it on, it doesn't. That's because of the shading. So, speaking of that, we also have so you turn that off, then it looks more close to it. That on is because of this. So if you click this layer, right, we could turn down the sensitivity? We got 40, right? Better? Less. So yeah, this is what's creating that weird effect on the skin color tone. Once we close it without saving it, stay there, but it's gonna be a while for me to do a lot, like put most of the stuff back up. But that's the fun of it. There are other many different outfits as well in here, so it's not just the one I have. And not to be honest, they're very nice. Like this one, for example, we'll have to give it a second change. I did have this one equipped, and I do like it, but then I stopped using it because it is part of Vroid. Um, it's really nice. So, and you can make the colors darker. I made the colors darker by boarding the image out and then darkening it in GIMP. So yeah, all these outfits will always work in Vroid. So always remember that. Now they have a dress up feature. You can start with dress up features. I have not played with this. Install the XWIC packager. VR chat. Oh, save for VR chat. Export from the costume. Yeah, that's like for if you're gonna go on there with your model and stuff. I haven't done that with my model. I'm not that very concerned or interested. I'll probably go on there just for the laws of it, but at some point I'm gonna have to play with this, learn this. Choose an avatar base model, X avatar Varam Vroid, and plus choose an X for outfit plus save for VR chat. And oh yeah, it just opens up how to get started with using the features. Wish you can get what is expert? This section explains expert is used to be dress up feature. Explains one of the data formats for the dress up feature. It's for handling costumes and accessories. Bring offering custom just to scaling each bone. Well, that's a pretty nice thing, but I don't probably use it. Maybe. So you just add your model, you add your base model or whatever you have, and you play around with that here. I'll just install the export package. Okay, it's a lot of the right thing. So there's a, you can do you can do if you want to get your model onto the VR chat, you could just do it through Unity too. It's a lot simpler and saves you the trouble have to add stuff to your programming and stuff. So yeah, it's a lot easier to do it that way. Let's see, what else can we do besides that? Can I? Okay, this is just my monitor. For a lot of people who don't know how to use Armory Create, right? And you guys are like, confused and stuff. I'll kind of go over it a little bit because this is pretty much just chatting. We're not playing any games or anything today or anything like that, or we could, but So, if you guys don't know, the interface has been updated. UI, it's not what you're going to see on your box or main look. It has been changed to this new look. Your temperatures. If you don't understand your temperatures, all your temperatures are here that you need to know. Your CPU, your package. You don't understand what the CPU package is. All the cores and stuff is inside there, and on top of the cores is a shielding. I like IR, whatever shielding, what they want to call it. It's a shielding, and the cores are underneath it, or your cores. So right now, the main max temperature out of one of those cores is 45, then 54. And the package is the main package. The overall unit itself is running about 62 Celsius, 57. And yes, it is being water cooled. The drum is 40. The GPU 41 or 42, 5 and 46.5. GPU 1 is the GPU 1 is actually the dedicated graphics card. The GPU without a number is just the integrated. Normally, you would think it's the other way around if it's the main thing you're using, but it's kind of weird. So, motherboard itself is 32 Celsius. I think the highest I ever seen it was like 35. If you don't keep your room temperature like pretty chill and cool during the hot days, you can probably see it go up to about 40 Celsius. Same thing with your chipset. The more you're using all your features and stuff on your motherboard, the chipset temperatures will go up. When I first started, it was like around 40, maybe 30 to 40. But since I have 3 NVE drives in there, one for the main OS, and then one for gaming, and then the old one for the game OS, which is kind of because it has the bootstrap part on it to load the operating system too. That way, it didn't create a new bootstrap on the new one. I was gonna format that one into a new drive. Probably install like maybe Windows 11 on it to mess around with it, but that is a lot of work, and I don't want to mess with the bootstrap portion. If I ever build a second system, I'll make sure I install it correctly, or when it's time to replace the drives, I'll reinstall it correctly. Um, your frequency, your stuff, you use percentage, your fans, where your fans are operating at. I'm on turbo, guys. This is the one I'm always on by default now. Standard is okay, but if you leave it in standard, this stuff will go up and run a little hotter on standard. Silent, if you, it all depends on what you're doing too. If you're just browsing stuff, silent's good. Silent to standard is good, but if you're gaming and everything, I just leave it on turbo by default. Full speed, you don't want to leave it on full speed because you'll kill off your components quicker. So turbo is more than good enough. Your devices, that selection. I didn't do any RGB headers because I don't really care much about that stuff. And I think this is the old one. I think. And we have audio. This is what I'm using to talk to you guys with. This actually is really good. It actually allows the removal unwanted noises from the microphone and also incoming audio as well. Our disc here. This is the new disc I'm using. 23 on count save downs is because unsafe count shutdowns did happen a couple. Yeah, 109 on the old one. 2 on the gaming one. So yeah, it does kind of keep track of how long it's been on. So my new one's only like 31 hours. The gaming one right here, right? 37. The old one, 57. And you have all this. Me, I have it set on this gradient gallet. Looks kind of like a greenish color, kind of like similar to Curacell's color a little bit. So all this is a fan header. Tool section is not going to matter. The game library and all the other stuff is kind of useless. Unless you're saving a scenario profile for stuff. But yeah, for the CPU, it is done by package. You can only pick CPU or CPU package. I wanted the package. That way, the package stays much cooler if you because they'll make the pump work a little better and efficient. Keep that package temperature down, and while keeping that down, the core CPU cores itself should be much cooler. Which actually I noticed it a lot efficient that way. GPU is only at 46, but when it does swamp, it'll switch over. Pretty much how I have it set for those who are wondering. The pump is always at 100%. You can't really hear the pump at 100%. You can lower it down to about probably around here, still get good results, but I just leave it like this. So that way I know it's doing its job. And yeah, they have promotional stuff here and stuff, which is kind of like mediocre to me. And you got different games. And yes, you guys do have to update the software to update the device and components that will help this motherboard function properly with the stuff you're using from it. So you get to update that. If you start having issues, do app test, record logs, and then you can send them in. You can check stuff, all that other stuff. So you can create different profiles and stuff. And it just shows you all the games you got. This will eventually be gone. So yeah, you can get some good game deals here too, but real better game deal CD keys way to go. Or Steam. It depends who offers the best deal. Now, for those you don't know, you always want to do maintenance. So my system has had weird ups and downs when it'll still not shut down properly, and that happens when my cache hits about a gig for the this, which I will show here. So if you go to memory here, anytime a page pull or non-page pull hits about a gig or more, it will cause that to happen. And I think that has to do with the bootstrap being messed up, and it's not on the main drive; it's on a different one. So that will have to get fixed at some point. And we're clocking at 600 megahertz, fine, with no issues. But yeah, we have a lot of drives. Two of them are mechanical for storage reasons. The Seagate Portable is a storage mechanical, and then this is also mechanical as well. The Seagate one's actually new. I needed like more storage because my old Dolores drive just. But yeah, you don't even have to show that. Disable it. You know, you can change it overall like that. I generally do it this way. That way, I know which core is working the hardest, and that the hardest. That gives you a rough idea and how many cores you have, how many logic processors, all that basic stuff that you need to know. Always mess around, get to know your system components well, guys. Also, if you don't want to do that, you can always get this. This is a very helpful tool. You can also do kind of like a performance thing to kind of evaluate the performance. That's pretty good. 9.5 out of all those other categories and stuff right here. Because your operating system, you hover over it, you can learn your basic stuff. This pretty much just combines all your drives for the subtotal. So we have nearly 10 terabytes. We have 18.9 terabytes of storage overall. That's not like overall, like them all combined. Just them all combined to kind of sum up the total we're working with. You'll find a lot of useful things in here. These are all on by default, unless you mess with a few of them. Same thing with these. You see this enable, you press that and stop. It'll keep your system from doing there what it's supposed to. Check your memories. And if you run into problems like your disk or something's corrupted, click any of these and then click scan. It will fix it. And it should automatically just initiate the repair on its own scan. If it doesn't detect anything, it won't repair it. Overall, it's a pretty good tool. Definitely download Win Toys, so you can't go wrong with there. Yeah, but make sure before I click and open up my Discord, we're walking into a boom boom. Okay, no, we're not walking into boom boom. But yes, on Discord you can join. You guys are more than welcome to come join. So the link is right there. You can type in YZTKPTEJYE. Pause the video or take a screenshot. You can get the code. It is in the link in the description panels. If you're watching me through like Twitter X or another platform like Kick, it should be in the description panels or in my pin post. If it's not there, you can always just click to the YouTube or Twitch one to find it there too. Yes, we do have roles, but and that's to keep it things in check. We do have a couple people in here, so definitely join up. Definitely join up. We're more than welcome to help. So do have different channels for different things. It's lewd, can't show that. You have different channels for different things. Art, stuff like this. But yeah. There's always a channel full of everything, so definitely come join and hang out. Now when I will go back to just streaming normal, it's after my back is not hurting too much. We'll eventually go back. Until then, I'm recuperating and also try to do some exercise to kind of improve my health a bit. So I definitely would appreciate the love and support, guys. So I want to thank you guys for tuning in, watching, and everything. When I stream again, just keep an eye out. After I'm about 100% a lot better, I'll probably be streaming more. But until then, my health's kind of like and I've been having a lot of problems with my backyard and finger muscles are like broken down so bad to the point they're filling up still. And I'd be honest, guys, the job I'm doing is very hard. It's very stressful on my body and mental state. Like I've been sleeping a lot to heal up, resting as much as I can, and just watching and enjoying anime. Um, but yeah, that'll pretty much wrap it up here. And I want to thank you guys for tuning in and watching. I'll love to have done a little bit more, but maybe I could try to stream the next part of Final Fantasy. I definitely want to. But till then, once I'm better, we'll eventually come back. So until then, thank you guys for tuning in and watching. I hope to see you guys here again. Thank you for watching. Yeah.